Hello students, Michael Sanchez, violin teacher here. I've been getting a lot of questions from students just related to, is the violin hard and just different things related to misconceptions. So I sort of wanted to go over some of those today and give you the top 3 that I get from students. Number 1 is the violin hard? So the violin is only as hard as a student will make it to be. I have students that have been with me, say, for 6 months that really focus on technique and fundamentals of playing the violin that end up not having a hard time at all because they learn the fundamentals and the technique. But I've also had students that have come to me, say, playing an orchestra for 6 years, and then they come to me with all these bad habits, like their wrist is in like this when they're playing, or they grip the bow too hard, or they use too much arm when they play. One bad habit takes a really long time to fix. So it's very important that you work on technique and fundamentals right off the bat. Once you get those techniques and fundamentals, the violin is not nearly as hard as you think. It's just that a guitar, for example, is a little bit easier to learn the fundamentals, and that's why the violin is rated up there as one of the harder instruments to learn. But once you learn the fundamentals and sort of understand the importance of them, it's not nearly as hard of an instrument as you might think. Number 2, I'm too old to learn the violin. I get that one all the time. So students are never too old to learn the violin. I've had a student that was 89 that started learning with me. I've had tons of students, say over age 60, that started from scratch and ended up becoming a really, really good player, but they might have started from scratch. So you're never too old to start learning violin. It's a lot of fun to learn, and just because your fingers are maybe not as agile as a younger person's doesn't mean you can't learn. It's all just about the fundamentals and the technique and doing the right things. So technically, I actually find that adult students have more of a discipline and are a lot more able to do the fundamentals potentially than kids. Because kids might not find them as important or want to work on them. So, number 3, I don't have enough time to practice the violin. I get this one all the time. So the problem is more that students think that they have to practice for way too much time sort of off the bat before they actually establish a routine. So the key to really develop a good violin technique and skill is to actually build a routine. So you guys should focus more on that than sort of like right off the bat I have to do all this time and that's what's going to make me good. So for example, when you first start, I recommend practicing, say, a half hour a week. If you make your goal, say, for 2 weeks in a row, bump it up to 45 minutes a week or 60 minutes a week. If you're doing that consistently for 2 weeks, then bump it up to 120 minutes a week. So, sort of take it more as you're trying to build a routine than you have to just practice right off the bat a certain amount. It's sort of the concept of if you're working out at a gym, it's hard to just, after not working out for a year to go in there and run 3 miles, right? You might be able to do it the first week, but then you're going to be, I don't want to do that again. You're going to be overwhelmed with, the concept of going the next week doing the same thing. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm going to try to post these every Monday and Wednesday nights at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time. We have a ton of violin classes going on our website at violintutorpro.com. We have teachers that are teaching classes and great videos that they're posting in the forums. So I highly recommend for you guys to check out our website. And if you have any questions about the violin, please email me at michael@superiorviolins.com. Have a good night, guys.